Good morning, everyone. Today is the 13th of December, and we're gonna do a quick analysis of US30 as usual. And so I'm gonna later do a top-down analysis, but before that, just a quick one on the trades that I took yesterday. I There was a trade setup that's set up for today, but I didn't take it. I've just started looking at the charts, so missed that one. But yeah, so yesterday I went in on this bullish pin bar print here. When we did our analysis, we were saying that it could literally go either direction. So I was just waiting for price action to give me the signal for entry where appropriate. So all my rules were followed strictly. So my moving averages were nicely fanning out accordingly. And there was a rejection pin bar of the 10 moving average, and I took it. The reason why I took it, like the risk to reward ratio is 4.42. And the reason why I took it up to here is because I went to the 1 hour and I literally took the previous resistance or support and resistance levels. So this is resistance levels. I just took it all the way up to here to the previous high here on the opposite. If you can have a look, right? So this is where my entry was. Again, I'm gonna just make it bigger for you guys to have a look. So this candle here, I was slightly late, so it entered slightly higher, and all the way up here. So risk is 36 pips stop loss, and the reward is 159 pips, right? So it did go further up here. I did think that it was gonna go, but I was like, I was just happy to just take what I was more comfortable in and exit the trade. So and then it continued going on an uptrend throughout the day and carried on today as well. And I'm just going to show you guys where there was another entry. There was right. If you can see here, I'm going to just off the previous support resistance levels for a bit, just so that's not so messy. Okay, if you guys can actually see, there was an entry here at the bottom. It's something that I personally would not have taken, guys, because for me, this is a little bit risky. Though it did go up, there was a drawdown touching the 50 EMA moving average, but not willing to take the risk on that. If you notice, there was another bullish pin bar here. This personally, if I had seen it, I would have entered. Um, I would have, but again, I may have been stopped up because my stop loss would have been right smack on the 21 moving average. And so I would have been stopped up a little bit before the trade started moving up my direction again. So this possibly would have been a loss for me if I had taken this particular print. Okay. So moving up, like I said, I would not have taken this. This one again, to be honest, this one is a possibility that I could have also seen and ended. But like I've told you guys before, I just don't like long wicks. Like it gives me a longer stop loss. So I mean, but to be honest, if I had actually seen it again, I might have taken it. But typically at this time I don't really trade. It was in the morning at 8 something. So I just like to kind of just look at my charts just before New York and then wait for news to happen unless I had the chance to see something really really good, and then I'm going for it. But otherwise, I'm really looking at the charts like during the time that I'm doing this video. When I'm doing this video with you guys is the time that I'm actually analyzing the charts myself, so that I am mentally preparing myself in my own head, like what's to come and what am I looking for in US30 for the day, right? And so yes, but this happened in the morning. This was a beautiful trade. So this rejection of the 10 moving average, and look at it, just look at it. It is absolutely amazing. So this would have been a long, and the entry would have been here, right? And well, let me see. So my stop loss would have been somewhere about here, 33 pips. And literally you can see where is your next support resistance and just take a run for it, really. You know what I'm saying, guys? All right. So yeah, so just have to mark out. You can just go 1:5, 1.5, I mean. Okay. If you find 1.5 too little, you can always play with one is 1:2 risk to reward ratio. But personally, guys, I think that you can go to the previous high here because there's liquidity zone here. What was I saying? So I personally think it's just with it's just things to do with your lot size. It's not so much the pips. Even if you catch 50 pips, or 20 pips, if you know how to manage your lot size accordingly and your stop loss accordingly, it can give you a good amount of returns. So it's not that you have to catch the whole run, because sometimes that keeps you in the trade longer. Personally, for me, that's what I feel. It keeps me in the trade longer, and there's also the risk element becomes higher, right? So I like to just go for this like 1.52 risk to reward ratio, just because I can play. That's why I like really small, like stop losses, because then I can play with my lot size. Because if you take a lot more higher time frame, like the 4 hour or daily, and you don't have the correct account size to account for your lot size, then you literally, it's very hard to trade, and you end up losing a lot more in your account if you just end up losing one trade, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying, guys? So yeah, so this is this was a good morning play out anyway. So let's quickly do a top down. I personally, though it is on a bowl right now, it's going up. I personally feel that that is too much liquidity here in this area, that it could literally come down back. Like if you look at this whole area here, right? Can you guys see like all this? It's a very, very key zone. Like, look at this. So it went up here, rejected, and it went on a drop. Like, you know what I'm saying? So this literally is a liquidity zone. This could be a fake out, and literally it could just come right back down. So for me, I am still a little bit cautious on this. I mean, previously I really did think that it was going to go up because there was a break of structure, but again, that's liquidity zone. Do you guys see what I'm seeing? So there is a liquidity zone here as well. So I'm just a little cautious of a fake out happening to this. So short term, it is going to be a buy, I believe. It is going to do like a little bit more up towards for the day on a very short term. Like I said, I'm looking for like short term scalps. Like I don't keep it for like days and weeks. So for me, when I'm analyzing charts in my head, I'm already thinking, so today this is what possibly price is going to do. It's going to go up here for price action. Um, and then we have to see what price action tells us before, or whether it's going to continue tanking back down or not towards the downtrend. Personally, right now, um, I do think it's a short term as on a hard buy, but I'm not 100% convinced as of now that it is a long term buy signal at all, just because I do think that it could be going up here, faking this out, and coming back right down. Let me just quick look. Yeah, I mean, I do think we have a little bit more to go upwards, but personally looking to see what price action will do, and be very, very careful if you think that you're going to go on a long bull run, guys. That's my take on this as of today. Like short term, yes, I am going to look for further opportunities, but it is going to go like in 5 minutes. We are going to see some there we go. We are going to see some retracement happen now, and then follow back up, because on the divergence we are right at the top. So it is going to come right down a little bit, at least, before it gives us another signal. So I do think for today, it is a short term scalp of a buy. Again, watch price action, guys. Sometimes I just think that though we can look at charts and kind of see what charts are doing and kind of spot zones, so that we don't get stopped out, and we don't get caught up with all these fake outs. But it's also important to kind of see what price action is telling us. And at the moment, it is all for a buy. So that's all I'm going to be doing today. I don't see anything where it's telling me it's a sell. Do you guys see? But on a long term, it's like I don't look at it as like buy and let's go running all the way up. Like if I were to go weekly, I'm not going to say let's take it all the way up here, because I do believe there is a lot of things going on in this zone. So therefore, I do not want to assume that it's going to go right back down, right? I do not want to assume that it's going to go running all the way up. I do want to let price action really tell me what is it trying to achieve. So that's my analysis for today. So you may go back to the 5 minutes chart and just wait to see if you find any good possible entries. according to, or whichever time frame for you guys it works, you know. I probably in the future, when it's more quieter during the holidays and I'm not really doing chart analysis, I will do like a 3 or 4 part series to show you guys the different indicators and the different steps that I have in place before I actually enter a trade. So I'll do that in the coming days. But as of now, what I'm doing today is I'm just looking out in the 5 minutes chart for possible re-entries and take it to the top of the zone. So this is where I'm looking at, which is 346. I would probably look at 34600. That's where I would say. So about that, the whole number. Having said that, guys, this is a. I'm gonna just draw this as well, just so that you guys can have a look. I would also be looking out for this line here, the top of this wick, this candle. I will also be just looking out for this because this could be, it might not go all the way up. It might just come up to this or this candle. Okay. So this is where I would be cautious about, and not going to assume and be so fixated the price is going to give me a bull all the way there. So I like to kind of take part by parts trades, you know, like this is my next entry and that's my next entry and that's my first take profit too, that kind of stuff. And personally for me, I don't have the um I don't try and keep trades too long. Like I said, I'm not sitting here waiting for it to go all the way up there. I'm happy with just taking like, okay, one entry is I've got in here, I'm coming out. Like I've taken it and I'm done, and I'm just gonna wait for another re-entry. Because for me, again, I've tried so many different methods and a lot of different many times. Like if I keep a trade running, it gives, like I've told you guys many times in my video, it ends up giving me quite a lot of anxiety, and I end up doing a lot of emotional decisions when taking a trade. So what I've now practicing to do is to enter a trade, be very confident, and have like, you know, like a 1.52 risk to reward ratio and exit, you know, because I can, like I told you guys earlier, I can adjust my lot size. I'm going to be happy with what I've taken, and I'm going to wait for the market to give me another re-entry signal, even if it's within the day, and I'm going to re-enter again. Because like this, I'm securing my backs. There's no anxiety in me having to look at the charts all the time to see what the market is doing, and you know. But I guess over time we all evolve. Who knows, in years time, 2 years time, 3 years time, I may trade so differently, right? Everything comes with experience and practice. As of now, this works for me just fine, and it's a constant practice and a constant discipline not to do anything else otherwise, because your emotions tells you otherwise, right? So so yes, it's just running without any entries at the moment, right? But I would personally, like I've told you guys, just be patient. Market will give you another re-entry point, and then make an informed decision before you enter. All right, that's it for today, guys. And trade safely. Happy trading, and see you guys tomorrow.